Hi everyone, I am Leela O'Brien. 5 years ago, I would have introduced myself to you all in the following way. I am Leela O'Brien. I am a space scientist and engineer who studies heliospheric physics and builds space instruments for NASA science missions. I am also a budding athlete in the realms of alpine rock and ice climbing. And that's all I would have said, because that's all that mattered to me for a while. My accomplishments in my career and my outdoor endeavors were my sense of identity and my purpose. That was until I lost them all. As we all know, the pandemic hit in 2020. What a crazy time, right? I'm sure a lot of you have blocked it out of your memories. But I have not forgotten. It is imprinted in my body. So in March of 2020, I contracted COVID-19. I recovered fine, or so I thought. However, 2 months later, I developed a neurological condition that greatly impaired my motor and cognitive function. I was struggling to walk. I was having a hard time using my hands. I lost some of my vision. And I was having a hard time focusing on tasks and processing information. And for these reasons, I made the difficult decision to leave my dream career that I had worked so hard for. And this was a really difficult time. For so long, I was stuck at home with nothing to do, most of the time in bed. I could not work anymore. I could not partake in the outdoor activities that I loved. Honestly, I felt worthless. I felt like I had nothing to contribute to the world, and I felt like I had nothing to live for. I was surviving. It's interesting that the darkest moments in our lives are oftentimes the most profound. They signal to us where we are broken. When we lose our sense of identity and everything we have worked for, and so much of what means a lot to us, we start to feel like we have nothing left to lose. And that triggers in us a weird sense of freedom. Freedom from our fears, from our failures, from the pressure we put on ourselves to achieve and impress others. Freedom to live life a little differently, to be completely present in a single moment, and to explore boundlessly. It was this dark time in my life that I was able to tap into my greatest creativity and sense of exploration. Even in my limited state, I found ways to still experience joy and wonder and excitement and meaning in my daily life. All of a sudden, I was tapping into my uninhibited curiosity, imagination, and playful and adventurous spirit in a way I had not done since I was a child. And it was through this creative exploration that I was able to relearn how to walk, how to run and climb. I was even able to start working again. And at the beginning, I was creatively adapting to my limitations. But as time went on, I started building my physical and mental muscles. I was healing. And right now, I am still not back to my pre-COVID level of health and function. However, I am able to engage in a lot of the activities that I love to do that I couldn't for a long time. However, this time around I'm doing it differently. I am no longer being fueled by my successes and my failures and my need to prove myself. Instead, I am being fueled by my pure intrigue, my desire to explore, and my drive to create and connect with the world. So this is my story, my message, and the reason why I joined Toastmasters. I deeply want to be on stage and share my vision, my ideas with the world. I want to inspire and encourage people to discover the explorer within them, to tap into their greatest creativity, and to find a way to love their life, no matter how it unfolds. To me, life is not racing to the top of a mountain. It is not a collection of successes and failures, and it is not a fight to survive. To me, life is a blessing, and it can be an enchanting experience, especially when we live it for the moment. So I want to end this speech with a quote from Peter Pan. That's one of my favorites. To live would be an awfully big adventure. And an adventure it is. Thank you.